Thank you. Thank you, Senator Coons. Senator Klobuchar.
Thank you very much, and happy birthday, Mr. Chairman. And I understand you chaired 2 judiciary hearings today. Is that right? You're quite busy. And Senator Cornyn, thank you as well. My state, we are very proud of our long tradition of welcoming immigrants and refugees. Our state has the largest Somali and Oromo populations in the U.S., second largest Hmong population, only to California, and the largest Liberian population, 30,000 Liberians in Minnesota. Our state also has the lowest unemployment rate in the country. We have per capita, one of the highest numbers of Fortune 500 companies, depending on the years, 17, 18, 19 of them. And so much of that, when you look at our country and who is running companies right now or starting companies, and who the numbers of people who won U.S. Nobel laureates, you see immigrants and refugees throughout. So I am obsessed with our workforce issue right now. I'm not going to double down on that because I want to talk about the Afghan Adjustment Act. But without refugees and immigrants, we're not going to maintain the competitive edge that has helped us. And that's why I want to pass either comprehensive immigration reform or at least do something when it comes to the Dreamers and temporary status people and add that into the workforce permits, visas, work on the border combined. I just believe that if we don't do something here, when I look at our rural hospitals and doctors that are from other countries, when I look at our hospitality industry, ag industry, we need the workers. So that's where my mind is, but my heart is also with our refugees. And more than 75,000 Afghans who have taken refuge in our country, they're currently in limbo. That's why Senator Graham, the ranking member of this committee, and I joined forces with Senator Coons, Moran, Wicker. These are the lead Republicans on the Veterans Affairs and the Armed Services Committee. Blumenthal, Shaheen, Murkowski, and many other supporters are leading the effort to pass a bipartisan Afghan Adjustment Act to allow Afghans who undergo additional vetting, which is very important to a number of our co-sponsors, that you see this as actually a plus, not only for our country, not only for our reputation in the world, when half of them at least have letters from the chief of mission in Afghanistan for helping our military, whether as translators, security, and the like. So would have a streamlined pathway to a green card. I know that Mr. Kinney, your organization, as well as the U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops. We have 40 organizations, including the VFW and the American Legion, supporting this bill. It's a huge priority of former President Bush. Can you talk about how our bipartisan Afghan Adjustment Act would help the more than 75,000 Afghans who are currently living in limbo?
Sure. Thank you, Senator, and also for your leadership in this particular area. Every day that an Afghan who we evacuated into the country and did an excellent job, both our multiple government agencies, our communities, and our nonprofits, including our own, who work together on the safe havens to welcome them, should be commended for that work. At the same time, while we have these folks integrating into our societies and cities and counties and finding work and starting lives, every day that they're not secure by having a path to citizenship, or at least a path to permanent residency in this country, they are living in an insecure environment, and it certainly has to be affecting their mental health. In fact, I'm sure it is. I talked to many of them. So this act is critical to securing their place in this country. We cannot send these people back to Afghanistan. We know what's happening with the Taliban. I met many, many young women who were well educated from Afghanistan who came through the evacuation. They cannot go back to Afghanistan. There isn't enough legal assistance there for to assist them. The passage of this act, I feel, is common sense and imperative to those who are here and to those tens of thousands that we hope to also bring forward from places like Pakistan, which we discussed earlier.
Very good. Well, thank you very much. And by the way, thank you for your personal story. We are devoted to moving this bill ahead on behalf of those that have stood with our country. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Klobuchar.